Dave Alexander, and I'm responsible for dealer training and quality control for Alcuf. We're putting together a series of installation and assembly videos for the system. This one is going to deal with assembly of the DP1 and DP2 posts. They're a two-part post system, and they go together using some brackets and caps. This is a jig that I made, took 10 minutes to make it, well worth doing. It keeps the top of the post capped square. I've got a piece of wood here for the height of the bottom bracket and rail. Just makes life a lot easier, keeps all the posts identical. So we're going to put this in the jig, slide it right to the top. This is the bottom bracket. It consists of this U-shaped bracket, these washers, and they have these little ridges on them, and what they do is they go in here, and these ridges hold it centered on those two tabs. So we're going to put these together. These are 1 1/4" grade 5 zinc plated bolts. And we'll just slide this in the bottom. As I said, these tabs on these washers will keep them where they're supposed to be, and it'll prevent them from turning once they're in there. So we'll slide that up. This board I've got set at 98 inches. This is a 96-inch noise barrier, so we've got an extra couple of inches of play, and the reason being, there are these tabs on the bottom rail that stick up. They're about a 1/2 inch or so. Same with the top rail, another 1/2 inch. That's makes up 1 inch of play. And then I leave an extra inch of play just to tip the boards in after the frame system is all put together. So we'll tighten those up a little. The top cap consists of the top cap, these connector brackets, and the rail support brackets. So to put those together, they're a 1-inch bolt, and they're a little bit shorter than the bottom, and the reason being is so that they don't interfere with the wood when you're sliding the wood in place. If you use the longer bolts, they're stuck in the way then. And these slide right in on these grooves. Now it's important to keep these centered when you put them together. So we're just going to lay that down. We'll tip this on its side. And we'll use a piece of rail as a spacer. We'll take our rail and we're going to put it on top of the bracket, and that'll be just to set the brackets in the right place. There's a tab on the rail support bracket. Make sure it's turned up. And same with this one. And we'll tighten those up. So that's your completed post. Now, one thing I will suggest is that you make up some of these, and they're just made out of plywood. They're the same size as the rails, and they're just to support your post while you're pouring. These U-brackets, they allow a little bit of spring in the posts, even though they are fairly beefy, and they could have been made as a rectangle, and it would have cured this problem. But it was more important to leave access to these, so that's why one side is open. Once your concrete is up to here, it's in the way of these bolts. Your boards and rails are here, so it had to be left open to allow access to these two bolts if you needed any kind of access for them down the road. So we put this in here, and that's all it is just it holds the post square when you're pouring it. Once your concrete starts to set, you can pull those out, and you're good to go. So thank you very much, and good luck with your installations.